Denver's mayor is promising universal child care program. Mike Johnston made that vow during his annual State of the City address tonight. 9 News reporter Spencer Soisher joins us live now. And Spencer, that's one of quite a few promises the mayor made tonight.
Yeah, it is. The mayor says that the city will have a plan in place for kids from birth up until about the age of kindergarten. He says it's too tough for parents in Denver to find affordable child care. So who's going to pay for this program and what will it look like? They don't know yet. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston's third State of the City address came with some fancy music, a lot of big promises, and even more, how are we paying for this questions.
We will create the Haynes-Gary Task Force, charged with delivering the plan to deliver on child care for all before the end of our second term.
Perhaps the mayor's biggest promise was something he'd do before the end of a second term, which he hasn't been elected to. Establishing an affordable universal child care system. How much will that cost and where's the money for that coming from?
Well, we won't know what it'll cost until we know what the system is going to build. What we want to do is figure out what their needs are, build a system that matches that, figure out what that system costs, and then what the revenue sources are we could use to support that.
In his speech, the mayor said the city would deliver 20,000 more housing units, along with what he's calling the Mile High Line, a path of large projects that have gone up or been approved in the city during his time as mayor.
We have resources in downtown. We have ownership of other sites. We have bond dollars that allowed us to buy land to use for housing. So we don't anticipate we need a new revenue source right now to fund that.
Last year, the city had a budget crisis and laid off 170 people and eliminated more than 660 positions. Will there be layoffs again in this upcoming budget cycle?
No, we have no plan for layoffs in this budget cycle, and we don't have a deficit this year because we made hard decisions last year.
The speech took a victory lap, too, on ways the city's fought back against the Trump administration, redeveloped portions of downtown, and brought in unhoused people. But is there anything the mayor would do differently?
I feel good about the way, you always want to solve problems sooner. I think with Flock, we knew people were concerned. That's why we asked to vote down the contract, and we said, let's take 3 months and figure out what a new parameter would be. We did that and then got rid of the contract.
The mayor said he planned to have a pilot in place to test the design of that child care program by next fall, which would come after the April mayoral election. And I just checked, Johnston has not filed the paperwork yet to run for a second term, but if you're talking about things that you'll have accomplished by the end of your second term, safe bet that you're probably running for another one. Live in Denver, Spencer Soisher, 9 News.